What is up, my fellow citizens? It's Gio here, and today we are here to talk about the Aegis Eclipse. Now, I must admit, when I first seen the tarp on the, the sneak peek image, and I seen the Aegis, I was like, oh my goodness, not another Aegis ship. And Aegis is my favorite ship manufacturer, so let's get that straight. I was like, oh, please, not another Aegis ship. And then I thought it was a combat ship at that. So I wasn't really interested at first, but then once they finally revealed what this ship is about, it made so much sense. So the Eclipse is a bomber, a stealth bomber at that. So it makes so much sense because I love Aegis because it reminds me so much of Lockheed and Skunk Works. Now, for all you guys who don't know what Lockheed and Skunk Works is, for all the people who are not, plane heads like me, I love jets and planes. I always wanted to be a pilot when I grew up. But Lockheed and Skunk Works make some of the best stealth planes out there, and I always got that vibe from Aegis. Always. So it made perfect sense that they made this bomber, because I think they know that too. CIG knows that the stealth look definitely is Aegis all the way. I mean, you look at some of the planes, F-22, the SR-71 Blackbird, F-117, B-1B bomber, and you look at this ship right here, you just get those feels. I mean, this thing is like the F-17 with its, razor cutting edge look that it has around the cockpit. You could see that. And then just really the whole design is basically like, the B-2 Spirit. I mean, you look at it, it's a wing shape that flies around. It's not as smooth as, the B-2 Spirit. That's why I said it got the razor cut edge of the F-117. And, they did pretty good job, kind of mix them together. I think that's where they got that inspiration from. I'm pretty sure, I feel like 80% sure that's how they got this look and design, looking at those planes. But enough real life talk about actual planes. Let's talk about the ship. Now, first thing is I want to say that I do love how they presented this ship. It's real cool. Probably one of my favorites of how they had the whole page presentation and the classified stuff. I think it was real cool and just really on top of their game with this on the ship presentations when they sell them. So kudos to CIG with that. And also that, okay, this may sound dumb. It has an Aegis look to it, but it doesn't look like the rest of the Aegis ships. So what I mean by that is when you look at the Vanguard in the Saber, I looked at those. I'm like, man, it's almost like the Saber looks like a baby, light version of the Vanguard. And then you've seen some, like the back wing of the Vanguard kind of take some stuff from the Retaliator, and they just kind of felt the same to me. This, it still manages the Aegis look, and it still has its own look. I know it's strange. I know it sounds stupid. I know, but I know some of you guys may get what I'm talking about. But I'm just glad it still maintains the Aegis look and doesn't really look like any of the other ships. So kudos on that one too, CIG. And I like how they included the future price for this ship. So right now the ship is $275 right now. And the Warbond edition is $250. Now, if you guys did not pay attention to this like me, I didn't even notice it when I bought the ship, but the Warbond edition comes with some exclusive incentives for you to use all cash. So you'll get an Eclipse logo poster, a unique Eclipse serial stamp, an alternative Eclipse skin. So if you want those bonuses, you're going to have to put that cash up, boom, just like that to get that. So I'm gonna have to go back and buy a Warbond version or probably melt the one I got now. So I missed out on that, but the ship will be $330. So right now, if you want to get it, you better pull the trigger. Now, this is one of the most expensive single fighter ships I have seen, but it makes sense with the technology that's going to be in this thing, because you look at stealth planes today, the B-2 Spirit is $2 billion, and the F-117, I believe, is $111 million. So Stealth fighters are not cheap at all. So in game, and they're somewhat kind of basing it off real life and how the military goes now, it makes sense to sell those ships at this premium with that type of tech. So keep that in mind. So since we're getting the most premium technology and stealth with this ship, I know some people concerns, even mine a little bit, is finding the right balance not to make this ship, you know, mega OP. And if you look at real life, again, I'm sorry I keep bringing up real life planes, guys. That just this stuff is so exciting with me with planes and these ships kind of just like them. But the real life F-117 and B-2 Spirit, both planes that I know of, each of them only lost one, and both are shot down by luck. They are incredibly hard to shoot down. The F-117, how that got shot down because the missile bay was open, and that helps get spotted on radar once them bad boys open. And then it had the same flight pattern, so they kind of guessed where he was going to be at the right time, and they were kind of just waiting on him to come. So that's how the F-117 was shot down. In the B-2 Spirit, there were so many variables to how this thing got shot down. I mean, one, the pilot was like the top 3 with the flight time in the Air Force. Most of his time was spent at night with night vision goggles, and he had to shoot him down with the actual machine gun on the plane. So he didn't even shoot him down with a missile. We had to use the machine guns on the plane to take them down. And he said the way he seen it was like a slit in the air, because B-2s, of course, are low profile. It was at night. You couldn't see it, and they fly real low where you can't see the contrails. So it was just really, really lucky. I mean, even when he hit him, he wasn't even too sure until he finally seen it, you know, flame up and start going down. He didn't even know he hit it. I mean, so finding that right balance to make sure you're an experienced player to take one of these bad boys down, and, you know, some with some tech, you know, maybe involved, having the right missile to take these down. I don't know. They're gonna have to, you know, figure that out. But I definitely want, you have to be an experienced player to find this bad boy. You really should need to be. So good luck with that, CIG. But one thing I am glad that CIG did do was include weapons on the ship that are other than you know, bombs, because in real life, you know, the B-2 Spirit and the F-117, once you get caught with your pants down, you are fucked. They have no weapons on there at all. So the only thing they have is their stealth. That's it. With this, they have internal stored guns. So they're gonna sit in there until they're ready for use. Pop out, boom, boom, boom. So I think that's awesome. Now the guns are probably not gonna be nothing awesome, but at least you do have that option to defend yourself, because like I said, these stealth planes do not have that option. And I think it sucks. Hopefully in real life they get that situated, because I think you need some guns to fight. Also, there is a landing version, which is another thing I would like to see in real life, you know, planes, because if you could store some of these bad boys on the carrier, I think that'd be sweet. So the wings actually fold up, so I think that's awesome. It's not the sweet back, you know, the sweet back stuff like we see on some of the Saber and the Vanguard. They actually fold up, so that's pretty awesome to me. Now they had a combat stat sheet that was pretty interesting. Successful combat ops 136, ordnance deployed, they had that marked out, and then it has something blanked out, and then 7. Now here's my theory. I'm thinking that's how many times this ship had went down, because a lot of the times, even with stealth planes today, the government doesn't come out and tell you how many of those planes got shot down. Usually have to hear it from the news. So I'm thinking that's what that 7 means. I think 7 of these were shot down in combat, which isn't that bad, because the F-117, like I said, only 1 got shot and 1 B-2 Spirit got shot, so pretty good. Kills, I think that's 322. Vandal capital ships destroyed 87. Confirmed ground target hits 22. That's actually pretty interesting. So cool stuff. I'm not gonna go over all the stats because this video has already gone on way too long. But there was actually some stuff at the bottom. If you guys didn't catch, it says new component category. With the reveal of the Eclipse, a new category of ship items have been introduced: the stealth component. For the Eclipse, the power plant, engines, thrusters, cooler, and shield generator utilize stealth components to allow the Eclipse the greatest specialization in this regard. Like other categories, these stealth components operate on a A to D scale, with A being the best in class. Now, hearing that, I was like, I kind of scratched my head because I thought the Saber had a little bit of, you know, stealth in it. And then I guess the, what was that? Is that the Ghost Tracker, is it? I thought even that had a little stealth in there. Maybe they have D components and they're just now saying this, with the component category stuff, they're just now bringing that stuff up. I'm hoping that may be the thing, because this thing may have, okay, I want to say this thing, the civilian version, maybe has B category components, because they can't give us the UEE ships, they can't give us the A category stuff. Just like the F7 Hornet, we're not getting the UEE Hornet, we're getting, you know, a little bumped down version. I think that's what may be going on with this one. Not sure, I'm just kind of speculating here. So even B would be cool for civilians, and the, you know, the UEE has the best bomber, so to speak, and they're doing more research on maybe even a better Eclipse that I think only the UEE should probably have. So final thoughts, this ship is awesome. 250, I mean, it's the same price as, you know, the Vanguard, but it's going to be, it looks like it's a little more advanced, more stealth, and I'm all into the stealth stuff. Stealth planes are my favorite, so this is a must buy for me. Get it while it's 250 before it goes up to 330 or 275. So 330 is going to be expensive. I mean, you look at something like the Reclaimer, I know that bad boy is going up in price. Have you seen it on ATV? That thing was 350 once upon a time, and I'm pretty sure that thing, my guess is it would be 500 to 550 in the future when that thing actually makes it in engine. So 330, that's the estimate. It could even go up even more than that if they decide to. So if you're thinking about it, I would definitely put it in that hangar. But you guys have a blessed day. And one more thing, Star Citizen for life.